some sliced bread.
And welcome to the Slice Bread Podcast, where we give you your daily slice of life. I am your host, Gary. And today's episode, we have on the panel Lenny.
Your local boy.
Lovely. We got Chris.
I'm Chris and I Tucker.
Lovely. We got the man that make us sound slick on butter on toast, the sound guy. And last and certainly not least, Bob.
Not the builder. We don't build things up. We break them down.
And today we're gonna break down and break bad today's episode. Alright, boykies. In South Africa, there's one thing that is more authentic to us than loadshedding, and that's a braai.
It's a barbecue.
There we go. No, it's a braai. There's an African way of cooking your food is in the traditional way on the open fire while getting a mouth-watering taste of the flaming grilled goodness.
Sounds like a barbecue.
There we go. No, it's not. A braai is something that is done nationwide, also over the world. But what makes ours special is the use of coals, a proper braai wood, and a nice brandy and coke.
And Jimmy sauce. I don't know about you.
None of that gas stuff. Let's break braai boykies before we get too hungry. Okay, so guys, off the bat, I want to know, how is your braai game? Can you guys braai? That includes knowing how to make a fire. Let's start it off with the Tucker.
Thank you, Gary. Now the braai game is strong. My side. I've been braaiing practically all my life. Love to do different kinds of braais. Love to challenge myself, even on the poikie. So yeah, I'm solid with the braai.
Yo, so you're gonna take the Tanya's game away.
Pretty much.
And yourself, Mr. Bob?
Well, Bob's braai game is like his girl game. He pulls the chicks off the coals. Jokes, guys. I've only been recently in the game. I will say 2 years experience, but you know what?
Too strong,
My
yeah.
stakes. You know, you play in a game here, people. That's where I like to be.
Nice.
But the game is solid. It's not bad.
Then you hear that you can make a good steak, eh?
Yeah. Unlike that restaurant who will not be named.
Oh no.
Yeah, Lenny, how's your braai game, my friend?
Mine's good. I'm confident in my braai game. I can make a decent vierkie also.
Vierkie, you say?
Yeah, which is important. You know, that vierkie needs to be a good one in order for that braai to take off.
Lovely, man. My braai game is like my game in general. Working in progress. Working in progress, boys. Working in progress. I'm still learning how to pick things up, if you know what I mean. I just want to know from you guys, who taught you how to braai?
Pops, I gotta say my father and grandfather. Yeah, learning from them, watching them turn that meat side to side, up and down. Obviously, the first thing is that they teach you is how to make a fire. Because you can't come mid braai and show a dude how to, turn a piece of meat. You gotta first teach him how to make a fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And yourself, Mr. Caveman?
Yeah. No, I was just thinking. I don't know where that reference comes from, but okay, let's go with it. Like Lenny was saying, you obviously learn from your uncles, your fathers. Same my side.
Yeah.
But also, just learning how to make a fire is like a challenge on its own.
Yeah.
I feel.
True.
Because if you can't master that, then you can't even start braaiing.
I learned how to braai from my pops as well. He was always doing the braais, especially on Heritage Day. Always making a lovely...
What's Heritage Day? I only know braai.
I see what you did there.
Did you guys ever mess up the fire situation?
All the time,
Then
bro.
your sensei had to come, or your pops, your uncle,
Yeah.
whoever it
Yes,
is.
yes.
They must come rescue the
Come and
situation.
save it, exactly.
Bro, I probably used a whole pakkie blitz.
Wasting,
I wasted a whole packet of blitz trying to make this fire go, bro.
I remember wasting a bunch of blitz, and then your father, your grandfather, your uncle needs to come and save. It's like, now I need to work magic. I need to go old school when we didn't have blitz. Now they need to use a different technique where it's just wood and fire.
Yeah, dude, like they was making like a triangular shape and all that stuff.
No, that's just physics.
Oh, sorry,
That's just physics.
sorry, sir.
If you're gonna talk about special things, like sometimes they use oil, they use fat of
Candles.
Yeah, they do a lot
Yes, I
of different
remember
things. Newspaper, obviously, but that thing always dies out. You know.
Yeah.
You get cardboard also that lasts a bit
Always,
longer.
and then it's all
cardboard.
about blowing the wind, man.
Yeah.
Then you gotta get nice scooping, and then it all comes alive. But you have to mess up a fire for you to learn
No, of course.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience.
So talking about the fire, how was your actual braai? Like, can you guys still remember your first braai attempt? Like, how was the meat? Was it tasty? Or was it burnt?
It was awful.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, I probably served people things that wasn't edible. Like you're gonna die if you eat.
Especially the chicken, you know.
Yeah, it has to be
Yeah.
the chicken.
Yeah.
Because if it's undercooked, it's that salmonella.
Simon or Ella.
I also want to ask you guys with regards to a braai. I feel like it's very much a social thing. So when it comes to braais, do you like to do with a group of friends or family? Do you prefer doing it in like a small settings or like a big settings?
So I mean, for me, it's either way. Whether it's big or small, the whole thing is just braaiing. I would say you can do it with different people at different times. It's so universal in South Africa.
I prefer having a small braai because there's always going to be that one dude that brings nothing to the braai and just eats all the food for no reason whatsoever.
But wouldn't it be better if it's a bigger braai then?
What you
Because
mean?
There's more food for him to then.
True.
Yeah.
Because I always,
mooch off.
and I also always think about the next day because then you have braai for breakfast.
Yeah, true.
Leftovers is essential.
Exactly.
That hangover.
Yeah, social setting definitely. I think it's very much a social thing because we do it with get-togethers, and then it's a full-on day, right? Like maybe you've got board games, maybe you're having a braai because you're watching sport or something, or you know it's a family birthday or just some kind of event. But it's very much become more of a social thing. With it being social, do you guys think that when you're braaiing socially for a bigger crowd, or when you're just doing it for yourself or like for your immediate family, do you change your braai technique?
I would say that I would try different things more with a smaller crowd. And also, you know, like you get more gourmet type of stuff that you can put on the braai.
Yeah.
You're probably going to do that more often if you have less people. You look at your kebabs. I don't know if kebabs is considered like maybe a bit more fancy than just ordinary chicken.
It's called kebabs.
So, yeah, kebabs, yeah. So I would more likely have kebabs if it was a smaller crowd than a bigger crowd.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can try new things.
And also with the coals, if you want to be fast, maybe you're just two guys. I'll just last the wood even.
Now I go straight to the coals because I'm not gonna make a fire. I'm not gonna burn the house down.
But these days you can get firelighters.
Huh?
You can get firelighters. Even.
I don't care. I use the coals. I'm not gonna burn the house down. So be it small crowd, big crowd, I'm gonna use the coals. And obviously, if the crowd is big, we're gonna make a huge braai, huge spread. If it's a small crowd, obviously a small spread as well. But like I said,
Yeah.
I just use the coals.
Truth is, I try to keep it consistent in the sense that whether it's a small or big crowd, fire, and the fire's coals with charcoal, and then
Yeah.
that's what I'll use as the basis, regardless of what I am braaiing. Although I must say, if it is something new and exotic, I'd rather try it in a smaller crowd. Like I once braaied duck.
Oh wow.
It's crazy, right? And I'm sitting like, yeah, if this was a big crowd, like, and if I got this wrong, it's better that I got it wrong with a smaller crowd than a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
So how did it come out?
It came out perfect.
you treat it like chicken.
I treat it like steak.
Okay.
Because you don't want it overcooked because then it's rubber. No one likes rubber food. It's something like calamari. If it's done wrong, it's just, it's one of the toughest things to consume.
Was it marinated or spiced?
Of course.
It's like a chop. Like a chop needs to be perfect also because if you're eating a rubbery chop and that thing is overcooked, you're coing and you're coing and you're coing. It's like
But I find chop to be the easiest out of all the meats.
Me too.
Definitely, yeah.
Because it's like you can't if you undercook it, it's fine. Because some people like it,
but
you know. But underdone. But also, I feel like a lamb chop is pretty standard. The chicken is a bit challenging.
It's definitely the most
Yeah.
challenging
But it's
to make.
got to be a quality chop for me though. Because there's
The class
definitely,
A.
there's definitely
Pork chop.
places.
You want a pork chop?
No, I mean that can be good as well. But I mean with pork, you kill it. That thing must be cooked.
Yeah, you have to.
But no, like when you're braaiing, a very important thing for me is getting quality meat and going to a good quality butcher. You know?
Karoo-wors.
You know, shout out to Joey's Place Bunker, holding it down for me. But yeah, and it all comes down to having a quality meat, a good chop, and then braaiing that thing well. So
Nice, guys. Do you guys take some time to prepare your braai? Like, do you have like a food preparations? Do you have like spicing, marinating techniques? What do you guys do to make it braai special?
I would spice before the time, maybe an hour or two, and it must like set in the spice nicely.
Yeah, for sure.
And whatever else you need to spice, I would do it early so that it can sit. And then obviously you start your fire, you get your coals, and then chicken first, your meat, and then sausage last. That's normally how I go about it.
Just a little bit of a heads up. You know, salt is not seasoning, right?
Yeah, I got that.
That's mandatory.
One thing though I'll do, I know Mr. Bob mentioned the famous chummy sauce.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll either chummy sauce the chicken or the meat, but I won't chummy sauce both items.
Because
Or
that's the
marinate both.
barbecue. That's the barbecue.
Because just for the variety, man.
Variety.
Jimmy's lapis.
Or lapis sauce, yeah.
Look, the truth is, it's making your own concoctions. That's really where the fun lies. For
Yeah.
you. I can create a sauce out of different sauces to make that magic thing. You know, that thing that people are like, whoa, what is that? Well, tell me the secret. It's a family secret. If I tell you, I must kill you. And you make those dad jokes. You make those dad jokes, and then it's always a fun experience. And then it's always like, oh, but that chicken that you fried that day. And then that's what we go with. So I can give you a little one that I use. It's not too, I will say a barbecue sauce, no? A little chutney.
That you worked up
That's
yourself.
a nice combination that you will marinate your meat in.
But what do you need? Do you need honey if you're gonna make a marinade?
That's
Yeah,
not the one I was
that's the
gonna do.
thing.
You see,
It's a
he's
nice
already
place
given
to-
my recipe before I
It's a
even
nice
say it,
place.
ladies and gentlemen of the Sliced Bread podcast.
No, because it's the recipe issue for me, man.
You know what? We may put it in the description. We'll never know.
But we'll have to kill you after.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
And Lenny, what's up, remember?
Prep is definitely big. I like the spice to set in, and when it's chops, if I'm marinating the chops, for it to set in. But chicken also, I've got a very much a homemade sauce that I make for the chicken, which, I don't care to reveal. Because if you come to my place and you want to, that's like, it's authentic to Lenny's place, you know. Like
And spoiler alert, it's good.
I'm glad. Yeah, it's a good one.
Is it a marinator?
It's a marinade, yeah, specifically for the chicken. And I only use that for the chicken, not for the chops, because it works for the chicken. And yeah, it's got to be prep. And even salads, I like making salads too.
Ooh,
and
okay.
that, like, it's got to be nice and chilled. So you make it, a couple hours beforehand, 2 hours beforehand, so that it chills nicely in the fridge. And
What kind of salad? Now we must get into this. We're going to talk about the meat. What type of salads? Are you talking like with the leaves and the tomato and the, how can I say, almost like a cilantro type of vibe?
yeah, well, 3. I mainly go with 3. Not always 3, but I prefer the potato salad. It's a must.
Okay. Yeah.
With the raisins.
So that's one
No,
thing. That's
no.
one thing
Thank
that
goodness,
you look
thank
out
goodness.
for is a potato salad.
Yeah. And I like making it also. A green salad because, got to cater for everyone.
Yeah, the vegans are everywhere.
Disclaimer.
And then like a noodle salad.
A noodle salad.
Like
Lovely.
a pesto,
Yeah.
basil pesto
Okay,
noodle
okay.
salad.
Lovely,
Always works.
You know what? Those noodle salads are like wine. Do you like red or white?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
It's important. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can get you a Bombay sly by Spar.
Out of the pocket
Bombay
here.
noodles lie.
Out of the pocket here, as per usual. Oh my gosh. So guys want to know, how does your ideal braai look like? Like, what do you feel is like when it comes to your meats, your drinks, your salads, your condiments? Like, what is like your ideal type of braai? I know for myself, an ideal braai would be like nice chops, wors, bit of braai broodjies as well.
Ooh, the braai broodjie.
And a nice game, specifically Liverpool beating Chelsea.
Yeah.
That is my ideal type of braai. So I want to know from you guys, what is that?
Well, I would definitely want steak. I think steak is first and foremost the most important. I would like some chicken also, whether it's a wing or a drumstick. I don't care much for the breast if I have a steak. But if I don't have a steak, then I want the breast.
Okay.
It's the meat ratio that's important here. There must be a sausage. There has to be a sausage just so to break the balance of something nice and thin. I need some garlic bread, whether it's the original or like a sweet chili one. That's not too bad. Because if you can't make the broodjie with the cheese and the tomato and the onion, I'll take the garlic bread on the side, with some something to drink, which is good for everybody and gees.
You know what I mean? Back in the days, how you get slapped with always stealing the people's garlic bread.
Horrible.
Take like 3 at a time.
I want to ask Bob with the sausage, Dania, yay or nay?
Of course, Tanya. Of course. You must understand when you're from the suburbs, you always got those integrated cultures.
And nippy? Would you do a nippy, what do they call nippy wors?
What's that?
Have you guys heard of
What is
nippy
that?
wors?
No.
It's like a really cheaper brand of sausage.
Oh, that's the one that Gary keeps bringing to my house. That
You've been exposed,
Damn,
Gary.
Gary, how could you? No, I wouldn't. I like.
You stay away from nippy.
You know who I trust the most? Grabo.
There we go. There we go.
Them and Worcester, those
Yes,
two.
sir.
I trust them.
What about Karoo? The Karoo was also
Nah, relax.
Shout out to Bakaroos.
I gotta say, I tasted a Wors and I can't go back to any other Wors. Eh? And it's again shout out to my Joey's Vleeswinkel Wors.
Who is this?
We are not
They know
sponsored by
what they are
them.
doing. They know what they. I promise you, if you have that, you can't go back to anything else. It's that good. But my ideal braai would be everything. So I'm chicken, preferably. For some reason, chicken wings taste better than other chicken on a braai.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like-
I like chicken breasts on a braai. You can do that really nicely. But I prefer a wing over a drumstick or a thigh. For some reason, it just works better. And then a chop, again, it's got to be a good chop. The Wors, and then a braai broodjie, like that's got to... Me loves braai broodjies, and I make my own as well. You know, it's got to be done nicely. And if you don't have that, then a quality garlic bread.
Look, all I'll say is that I went shopping with this one guy to go braai, and he asked me, what should we just buy chicken? And I was so disgusted. That's all I'll say.
I hope he just own that, dude.
Yeah, that's all I'll say. But I would like everything else that the guys mentioned.
Of course, on the fence.
Do you guys braai burgers?
Bob's Burgers.
Not really. Not really. Although, if I do purchase a burger, I would like it to be flame grilled in the sense that it is technically braai.
Right, yeah.
I prefer that over the McDonald's. If you
Yeah, sometimes
understand.
for a quick braai, we'll just do like a Wors and burgers. So you either get a Wors rolletjie or you want a burger, which is easy, you know.
Do you guys have any like special braai games that you guys do? A little bit of like, you know, beer pong or a bit of Jenga. Do you have a kind of special like braai games you guys have when it comes to those social events?
Speaking of that, you left your Jenga at my place.
Yeah, I need to go fetch it soon. Yeah, no worries.
Horrible. Anyway, I wouldn't say that there's games for me per se that matters. I like the fact that there's a fire, and if there's people around the fire, there's something very magical about it. Like people just
Yeah.
feel like this fire
Fierce.
represents. You understand? And it's like it connects human beings for some reason. Like, yes, it's cold outside, and that's also a reason, you know, people come to the
Huddle
fire.
by the fire.
But there's something about the fire that brings people together, it unites them. So I think that's the best game. Natural energy.
I can add to that. I would love a nice Jenga, to play some Jenga, maybe a bit of like 30 seconds. Even add a bit of karaoke. During
I mean, you go all out.
you know what I'm saying? I love you, baby. But it's quite all right.
Lovely.
Yeah, I love a bit of entertainment when it comes to like, you know, to a braai.
For me, you can do anything around a braai. You can play games. Some guys even like playing video games, some FIFA.
Yeah,
So it all depends where you are, I think, and who you're
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
Cards is good too.
Card
Yes,
games, some poker, whatever.
Or some drinking
dominoes. You name it.
Some friends are lucky enough to have a pool table at the house, which always works as well.
You know what, guys? I'm going to end this off with a nice conclusion. Since we all talk about our techniques, what we're going to do for social events and everything, I want to ask you guys, who do you think on the Sliceberry podcast will be the best person to host a braai?
Ooh, we're going crazy. All we know is it's not Gary.
Okay. Yo,
Gary's out.
yeah, okay. Yo, the sound guy, you want to talk? Help me out here, man.
No,
help
sound
me
guy,
out here.
stay quiet.
Sound guy, help me out here. I'm outnumbered, bro.
Based off what was said in this podcast, I'll probably have to go Chris. You know, he sounds like he has the experience to tuck in all the meats on the right places. So I'll go with him.
Why is Chris Tucker?
I'll say Lenny just because I want to try that special sauce.
Yeah, it was a fight. It was a fight.
I would go with Bob because I want to see the whole thing of walk like a duck, quacks like a duck, and taste like a duck. So I want to taste that duck, man. I want to taste that duck.
Only in the holidays, bro.
I want to taste that duck. I want to taste it, man. So I'm going to go with Bob. And sound guy automatically is going to go with Gary. He has no choice. He has no choice and he has no comment. So thank you, sound guy. I give you approval.
For the cold meat.
Sounds like a kidnapping.
Anyhow, guys, let's wrap this up. So thank you guys for listening to today's episode. Please drop a comment about your own braai techniques and any special sauces or any special type of meat that you would like to use. And join us next time for another Slice of Life.